Wow. Just wow. That was my favourite Jodie Whittaker episode ever. The madness of it was fantastic. It's one of the best episodes we've had in ages. Now, Captain Jack returning is just brilliant. I really love him as a character, and it's great to see him return again. And I love those moments when he thinks Graham is the Doctor and Yaz is the Doctor. It's really funny when he kisses him. It's just, oh God, it makes me cringe every time. Now, sorry for the lack of content in terms of Series 12 reviews. I'm just reviewing my favourite episodes now, if that makes sense, because Orphan 55, it wasn't great. I mean, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, that was okay, but I just didn't really have any motivation to review it. But this episode, oh my goodness, I just had to review it. You know, it got me hooked. I was just looking at the screen constantly. I didn't check my phone or anything. I was just glued to the screen. That's mind-blowing. The use of locations were great. I love the dynamic shots of Gloucester Cathedral, and now that I've seen that episode, it makes me want to go there. The Judoon are very menacing and have a lot of potential, and I'd love to see them in a future episode because, you know, they're one of those villains where you can't have enough of them. And how many ever times they are on Doctor Who, I just don't get bored because they really entertain me. It was quite bizarre when Ruth pulled off the rhino horn. It was quite an unpredictable moment of this episode. I think the Judoon themselves have really changed since the last time we saw them. They've sort of become a bit weaker and a bit dumber. I was not expecting an episode like this. To say the least, it has left me confused. You know, Ruth was the Doctor? Like, what? But I still loved it. And when I saw the trailer, I thought, oh, this is going to be a good episode. But never did I think that it was going to be amazing as it was. Vinay Patel and Chris Chibnall have outdone themselves. They have come up with such an amazing plotline and concept. This story was simple, but yet executed very strongly. And it's one of those stories that leave you confused, which really intrigues people. A lot of people are going to like this episode because of the returning of Jack Harkness. I know I've already talked about him earlier on in the video, but he's that same cheesy character that we've known to love. I think he could have been in a few more scenes because most of them were taken over by the Judoon and Ruth and the Doctor, and I think he could have had a bit more of interaction to the Doctor. You're all probably thinking, how's Ruth the Doctor? Why is that possible? Well, you've all seen it when Ruth smashes the button and she absorbs this sort of energy. Well, I'm predicting that that is Time Lord energy because it sounded like the regeneration sound, the high-pitched sort of vortex noise, and also the orangey sort of fire look to it. So I predicted that she sucked that in and she completely forgot who she was, and it made her think that she was the Doctor. She basically took in the Doctor's mind. That's what I think might have happened, because it is quite obvious, but I may be wrong, but that is just a theory. I think it's most likely to happen, and it's probably the answer to all of your questions, but it probably isn't true. I loved the usage of the William Hartnell TARDIS interior. I thought, oh, it's fantastic. When I first saw them walk into the TARDIS, I got really excited. I was expecting to see the first Doctor or the second Doctor, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a multi-Doctor story. I like how they've reused that design and sort of moderned it up a bit with the futuristic sort of signs, and they've just sort of revamped it a little, but it does have some classic elements into it, which is what I like, and some bits are unchanged. The Time Lord lady, I bet everyone was expecting that to be another incarnation of the Doctor, but it just can't be. I don't think it is. It's obvious that the Doctor can't remember her in her timeline, so why would it be, except the fact that she's from Gallifrey? Now, she's probably just an acquaintance from the Doctor, or just a Gallifreyan who survived, I don't know. But, I mean, honestly, I don't think she's the Doctor. Chris Chibnall has really upped his game since Series 11. I think the episodes are so much better. You know, we do have a few dodgy ones like Orphan 55, but this has got to be his best story yet. And he really has developed the characters and the music and even each scene. It just feels a lot more cinematic, a lot more like Doctor Who, which is what I love to see. The music as well, it's fantastic. It's a lot more like Murray Gold, very dramatic, and I felt it was a bit soft in areas in Series 11, and it really makes it feel thrilling to watch. I think the music is a very key part of Doctor Who. At the end, Jack Harkness states about the Cybermen and that they are a fallen down empire and that they must be stopped of all costs. I don't know if this is meant to mean something. I was expecting the Cybermen to be in the next episode, but it's just going to be this one to replace it. Maybe the Cybermen are going to return for the finale. Who knows? But I am so excited for the Cybermen. That's sort of like a little plot hole. Or maybe a reference to something that will happen in the future. The Doctor's character is great as always. I think a sonic screwdriver is getting a little bit of a thing in Series 12, and it's annoying me so much. She just puts it out of her pocket every second. I think she should use it on one-off occasions and not all the bloody time. I mean, come on. But that's the only thing that really annoyed me about this episode. Other than that, it was thrilling. It was absolutely amazing. And it's left a lot of people open-minded as to what is going to happen next, which is what I love about Doctor Who. And it really has unanswered questions sometimes. By the way, the next time trailer doesn't look that good to me. I never really liked them inventing new monsters and villains. I've never been a fan of it because I'm scared they're going to look silly or they're just going to ruin the show as a whole, like the Pating. Oh, God, it was horrible. Some people might think it's cute, but, oh, God, I hate it. Yeah, I mean, maybe this story's going to be alright. I don't know, but probably not going to beat today's episode, which was just mind-blowing. I loved it. It was so amazing. Overall, I give Fugitive of the Judoon a 9 out of 10. I bloody loved it. It was amazing. Yeah, that's all I have to say in this video, I guess, because I have gone through everything that I could. So I hope you have enjoyed, subscribe, and I will see you in another video soon. Goodbye.